Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Celeste Any League, brought to you by the Global Speedrun Association. My name is Zojalix, and we are coming at you with the race going up TGH versus Flarebear. I'm super excited for this race. Just taking a quick couple of things. Oh, looks like my cohort FC Racer is just now joined. Welcome.
What's up? How's it going, everybody?
So before we get started, just want to let you guys know that we have the upcoming PACE event coming up. I don't have the dates. Let me plug that quick, unless you got it. Oh,
I
you
got
got
you
it?
covered. It's going to be April 25th to April 28th of 2019.
Right, and if you want more information, you can use the command !PACE in the chat. So that way you guys can take a look at that and check that out. That's going to be a ton of fun. They're going to be the final matches for Celeste, Super Mario Odyssey, as well as Super Mario 64 70-star Division 1 League happening there at Pace. That is going to be super cool, so be sure to check that out and get your tickets. I wish I could make it, but unfortunately, just financial situations for me. But that's okay. I'm so excited to be able to watch the stream as well as to be able to participate in this league today. So, FC, what are your predictions going into this race?
Well, off the bat, we have Flarebear coming off of a PB from his last race, and he's been grinding really hard. So I think he's going to be putting up a good fight. Now, TGH has been running his no reset challenge, so he has been extremely consistent. So it's gonna be a tough one for Flarebear, but I think he can pull it off.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely, especially looking at TGH with not only his no reset challenge, but he also did get a world record recently of 28:07, and now it looks like the race is getting started. But still, that 28:07 is super cool to be able to see, and I honestly think we could be expecting the sub 28 to be happening here soon.
I do agree with you with that. It would be super hype to see that happen actually here during the league. But we'll have to wait and see. I know Flarebear is gunning for a sub 30 as well. So, it's really exciting time, and I can't wait to see everybody just kind of pop off here and get some stuff going. But we are diving right into City. Now, City is a great showcase of all the tech that's available in the game. As you can see, we got wall bounces happening. We're going to be seeing some ultras here and there, a few corner boosts, like the whole 9 yards. And Tej is already looking real crisp, coming through, very clean so far. Same with Flarebear right on his tail.
Yeah, I think Flarebear took a fall pretty early on, but you can't really just determine the race off City because there's still so much that happens in between City and the summit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like with City and Old Site, those two chapters are really optimized. So we're not going to really see too much of a separation until we get to Resort and the further chapters, where some of the more difficult tech is going to be coming into play.
Yeah, exactly. But again, looking at just some of the stats from looking in the league, Flarebear has been averaging a 32. His average time for the league is a 32:03. Now, can't quite give you the stats on TGH since they're not completely up to date, but still, averaging 32:03 is still really solid for the league.
Yeah, and again, remember he did have a nice PB last week. Shortly after that, he kind of faltered just a little bit in Game 3, but Game 3 has been kind of where the runners are slowing down. And honestly, if there was an opportunity to try to snipe a game from somebody, it would be that final game. So we'll see if Flarebear's mental fortitude as well as TGH's will stick up as we are heading into Old Site here.
Old Site is probably one of my favorite levels to watch, just specifically with the way that they use the dream blocks and just seeing as to how precise they hit each and every one of these angles, especially when you look at the battle line section, because they're able to just skip certain corners just based on the angle that they come in. I don't know how pixel perfect they are, but still, like, one of my favorite things to watch is just the dream blocks.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely one of the most satisfying gimmicks in the game, in my opinion. The green and red bubbles would probably be a close second, but old side's a lot of fun just because there's just like a lot of cool movement going on, and the music is really energetic and driving. So we're gonna see some cool skips here. Actually, we're gonna see a developer intended shortcut on Tej's screen. Able to skip that whole right side section, and he gets into these coin switches. Flarebear not too far behind, about one screen away. I'd say maybe a screen and a half because this is a long screen.
Yeah.
But we have Awake coming up, and Awake, while not really a hazard, there's still opportunities to lose time. So we're gonna have to see if both runners can get through that very cleanly.
Tej is just playing really, really clean, coming out almost sub 3 minutes hitting Awake. So that was really clean on his end.
Yeah, he's looking to.
Looks like Flarebear stuttered a little bit on one of the walls.
I think Tej might clock in here at a 145.
144.
Maybe just
looks like wow.
Yeah. That's a really good time for old sight. Flarebear not too far behind. It looks like he's probably going to get in. I'm gonna say a 153.
Yeah, maybe 153. Yeah, what?
Maybe 152.
Yeah, it looks like a 152. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
So now this chapter 3 is definitely gonna, or resort is going to be where we're gonna see either the leads extending for the runners, or either a lead extending for TGH, or even potentially a lead swap from Flarebear, as there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this chapter with these dust bunnies being cycle based, as well as just a lot of difficult tricks and movement that we're going to be seeing in this run. Personally, I think this is one of the most exciting parts of the run, just because you have so many different opportunities for lead switches. So it'll be really interesting to see how much the runners practice this before going into these, because if you can get consistent on chapter 3, that can very easily set you up to be very well off in the league.
Yeah, and we're already noticing a little bit of mishaps here. TJ's running into just some small movement errors here. Like early on for the key, he did not get his enough height to take that shortcut, and also we've seen Flarebear kind of be a little hesitant coming out of the key room, the second key room, excuse me. But TGH is about to head into a huge mess. And again, just like with Awake, this first portion here is a huge labyrinth, and optimal movement is very key. It's easy to get caught up in some of these nooks and crannies here. So far, TJ is moving very excellent. We're going to see a wall bounce here, and then one more for good measure. Very nice section, coming in at 125 upon Ashiro here. And now Flarebear having a little bit of a hang up there, but that's okay. You know,
TGH took a death. Wow. TGH taking a death. That'll allow Flarebear to make up a little bit of time if he can get this movement going.
Oh, Flarebear missing the. Oh, he gets it there 6 times. Just a little falter on that reverse hyper into an ultra setup. I'm curious. Do we know if Teach was going for the fast cycle in this room where he took a death?
I couldn't tell. My guess would be probably just knowing. Just knowing Tej, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, the fast cycle there is kind of been picked up by a few runners here, so I wonder if Tej is trying to add that to his repertoire. But he's already in the second section. Flarebear working his way up to those books as well. Tej about to hit this jelly block here and get these books sorted away as he gets ready to go into the laundry section. Now I want to see if he's going to go for this fast cycle as well on the last screen of laundry. So we're going to see that here in about 2 screens. But Flarebear now making his way through. Oh, nice. Ooh, Tej. Yo. That is a slick fast strat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was actually Nero pulled that off today. And he gets a fast strat in that last screen too. Okay, nice.
Wow, what a laundry section from Tej. That was really clean movement. And just, he hit those. It didn't even look like, if there was even a mishap, it might have been just like pixels off or something, because I couldn't see any error from Tej there.
Yeah, it was looking as optimal as you can get in that section now. And Tej is in elevator shaft. Now we're going to get into demo here. I'll take a quick second to explain how this trick works. So the tech demo dash is where you are able to keep Madeline's crouching hitbox while performing a forward dash or a dash in any direction. And how you set that up is you press down and then dash at the same time, and it allows you to pass through these dust bunnies right there as we see Tej do. It's a very tight window. You got about, it's you have actually it's pixel perfect. There's a 4-pixel gap that you have to get through, but we do have a visual cue there. We're gonna see if flarebear is gonna go for it. I want to know if he's gonna go for a checkpoint list here. It's gonna be really interesting. I feel like maybe flarebear feels he has to pull out all the stops, and actually he's really knowledgeable about demo dash. He made a tutorial video about it, so I feel that he should be very confident with this tech. We're gonna see what he's gonna go for. Nope, he's gonna play it safe.
Yeah, probably knows that, just especially when it comes to a race like that. Oh no, he messed it up.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to dash too early here. There you go, gets a third try. One of the things with demo that I've seen from a lot of runners is if they miss that first attempt, it seems like a sense of panic starts becoming. We see them getting a little hasty trying to do the setup, and again a little hasty with the jump. The key with the jump is you want to be at max height, and just as you're about to descend is when you want to do that demo dash. So, but flarebear is in the Oshiro section, and Teach is already out, and no, death there. I don't think he got his dash back. Maybe
I didn't look like he got his dash back from what I saw. But very clean Chapter 3 coming from TGH, only taking the one death. flarebear coming out, taking another death in this Oshiro section. Oshiro once again going to be claiming more and more runners. Oh, and he missed the key coin. Alright. I've never seen a runner miss the key coin, but he didn't take a death, so it wasn't too much of a time loss there for flarebear.
Oh yeah, it can happen. It was probably wise to not take the death and just try to go for it. So smart move on his. Wow, again, I'm not sure what happened there. He had to do a little bit of adjustment there to make that last screen work, but he's on the final one here, so let's see. Again, I don't know if this is just like movement errors or if he is on a different cycle here, but great shake and bake from flarebear there. He's gonna get out scot-free, which is important. Okay, actually no, we're just I just got word. flarebear is mentioning that his game is lagging pretty badly, so he's gonna try to do some, yeah, so that's kind of, that'll do it. I have been in situations where like frame rate is kind of down, and it pulls a major effect on the game. So it's gonna,
especially in a section like Oshiro where it's all cycle based. If your game starts lagging for the cycles that you're used to, that could very easily throw you off.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna give the old CPU a quick kick to the side there, and he's gonna dive into Ridge. Now Ridge probably, I'll say this until someone can give me some hard stats here. I think on a screen to screen basis, this is the most technical chapter out of the game. I say that because every single screen in the game just has like little tricks here and there, little optimals, and a lot of opportunities to skip, you know, the intended route, to where if you miss it, you lose a good chunk of time. I mean, like, yeah, we could say the same for Summit, but there's just a few screens in Summit where it's pretty free. Like, you know, you just kind of go about your business. There's not a lot to take care of. I mean, like right here, Teach is going to go to the right instead of grabbing that block on the left. We're going to see flarebear wall bounce here, and, you know, just all these little things that you can save so much time on, and it's really easy to get flustered and caught up here.
Yeah, definitely. And Tej is playing this really cleanly as well. And one thing also to note is a bunch of the auto scroller skips that you can get in this that are just, you know, you mess them up and then you lose a good chunk of time for messing up the auto scroller skip, but you get them and it's just like a really solid time save that you can get.
All right, so Tej on the home front here. I think we're going to be getting a sync here.
Yeah, I think that's what we're getting as well.
Just to give you a better idea here on the lead that Tej has. So it looks flarebear. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
nice recovery.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. You know,
I was gonna say nice recovery.
You jinxed it before, like it was like the curse happened before you even gave it a chance to set in.
My commentator curse likes to make things very suspenseful, if I say so myself. Yeah. And commentator curse has been hot today, let me tell you. So, but flarebear's gonna keep. Oh no, didn't get enough height on that jump and just fell down there. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping that he got his the lag situation underway, because that looks like that could have been from lag basically, because you normally just make that jump very easy, and he just fell a little short.
I wonder if it's partly because I remember for the Melee and Scrublord race that actually them being in the Discord call messed with their game, and I don't know if that's doing the same thing for Flarebear.
That is a great observation. That might be. I mean, you have that running in the game as well, so. But we have Teach going for the. Oh.
Oh.
I had that all set up. I was ready to just
Man.
give my belt out. But it's okay. No, that was the yeet, and it's a really tough trick. I think it's the lowest success rate in the league amongst all of the runners. I believe there's a lot of people that have not been that have been missing it. So it's a little tough.
Seems like it's a really tough strat. I know personally I don't go for it, but I haven't been running very long, so I don't expect myself to go for it at this point. But just from what I've been seeing, yeet like a really tough strat to go, almost as hard as Bub's drop, but I might be wrong.
I'll agree with you maybe on difficulty just a little bit, but like the penalty of missing it is definitely way less than Bub's drops. Bub's drops is like a guaranteed 10. Oh, well, guaranteed 10 seconds. Teach took a death there. That's all right. It was early in the screen. But yeah, a failed Bub's drop is resulting in like a 10-second loss. Whereas if you fail the yeet, you actually can still keep yourself on pace as long as you don't die.
And speaking of Bub's drop, we've got Teach, and he gets it first try, nice and cleanly. Very well played from Teach there. But as he takes a fall after just a very clean Bub's drop in 5B.
And he's moving through this shuriken room, getting through that scot-free. He's got one more to deal with here after this little traverse on this spring and this dash block. Flarebear getting set up for his yeet as well. Gonna get an ultra and a wall bounce. Close enough.
All right.
I see runners. Oh.
Oh.
Didn't get the whole 9 yards. That's okay.
Just a yee.
And again, like just going through there and then having to do the backup strat in the next room. You're about you break even, so it's not too bad.
All right. Teach is now entering the mirror. This is gonna be probably, from what I've been, at least for me, in the mirror has been the hardest thing for me mechanically, just because of the seekers and trying to be aware of them as well as your own movements.
Yeah, and actually one of the things some runners do here is they hold on to their dash so they can actually force the seeker to where they want to go. This room in particular, for myself, caused a lot of hangups. I do not go for that strat. And sometimes that seeker, I just can't get them to line up appropriately. But also, I can't get the seeker to line up to where I can just bounce off of it to maintain my dash. So I got a little bit of training to do. I might have to check some of these VODs out because a lot of runners do go for that strat. Now, Teach in the gauntlet room, he's making this look like a scripted fight here. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
So clean from Teach. If there's anybody who's got consistency going on in this league, I would have to say it would be Teach.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Teach, to me, I call him the king of consistency. I mean, I'm going to be giving everybody royalty here at some point or another. I mean, we have Evans, so I had to call him the king of improv. We got Teach as the king of consistency. I would just, like, Fladervy is the king of speed. That guy, when you see him, because he goes for some super crazy stuff.
Scrublord, too, is a very aggressive player.
I'm gonna just call him the king of Ridge because I don't think anybody's gonna touch that world record IL for quite some time because he hits both auto scroller skips. But yeah, so Teach now getting into reflection here, and Flarebear about to get through the mirror here. Reflection, I've mentioned this many times before. It's a really optimized run. Wow, Teach with the rare lane skip error gets on the second try. Was a little early on that dash. I actually take the moment to talk about late skip because it happens so fast in all these runs that I miss it. So with late skip, you're basically going to be performing a wall bounce. But you got spikes in your way. Now on the PC version, you have a little bit of a leeway that Matt and the game has put in. Oh yeah.
Flarebear taking a quick death in the Seeker Gauntlet.
But yeah, there's a few pixel buffer, so to speak, to get that wall bounce, and you actually can utilize that to just not get. Oh, okay.
Flarebear taking another death.
I'm not sure what happened there. Oh no, he's
Oh,
getting
I definitely think this is the lag happening for him.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that, because this is like, I'm pretty sure Flarebear has a visual cue on when to get down and go. So this is really unfortunate if that lag is still occurring.
He's taking another death. Yeah, he's real. This lag is probably hurting him hard.
We'll find out once we get to the end of the race here, but or even maybe at the end of this chapter. We'll have to wait and see. But Teach now blaring through. Death. Yeah, Teach is now in hollows. We got this maze-like section here. We got these bumpers also. We'll pretty much only go to the bottom route once. You have the option either going top or bottom. There's just one screen where like you have to break a bunch of these bricks. That's the only time that we go to bottom. But Teach is gonna take this top right here. A very technical screen. We got no ground to rest our laurels on, but we got a lot of terrain to cover. Teach makes it look so easy. I'll tell you, it's not that easy, folks. I've tried to learn that room recently, and I just went back to bottom route. Oh,
Flarebear taking another death.
Yeah, was that a missed input? I'm not. He like dashed straight up into the spikes. It was really strange. All right, so he's gonna get out though. He's gonna let Theo take care of the business here. But now Teach getting into Ravine. And so Ravine has these 3 developer created shortcuts. We got one here, we're gonna have another one here, and then finally for this last one, gotta do a little bit of movement, a little bit of shake and bake, but he's out clean. Flarebear getting into Reflection, about to get ready for his lake skip here. But we also got Battle Line Boost coming up too.
We have to see. It looks like Teach is going for his Battle and Boost. Quick, whoa!
Yeah, doing a little song and dance here.
Okay, getting a little bit of style, getting a flex on there. Now we got Flarebear going for his lake skip, and he gets it nice and cleanly. Very well done. And now we've got Teach playing in the Battle and Fight. And the Battle and Fight is, honestly, it's my favorite section of the whole game. There's so much going on. The music is great, and it's just a ton of fun to not only practice, but to just watch other runners do and see how they just are able to fly through. And almost makes it look like it almost makes it look like battle and just like, here, come hit me, I don't care.
Yeah, this is definitely like the flagship area of the game. I think a lot of people, when they think of Celeste, this is the part that comes up. It is really optimized. We're gonna see. Oh my god, here we go with this strat. I love this so much. Look at that. Oh, so good. It's such a great strat. It looks so clean. But yeah, I mean, ideally, we just want to make sure, as a runner, we want to make sure we just get through this clean. It's one of the sections where you really want to go as fast as possible, because you don't want battling to get those lasers lined up. You don't want to have a lot of orbs on screen and cause all kinds of drama and mayhem. So you really want to just, the route is optimized so where we try to get in and get out of each screen as quick as possible, as we see Teach with the ultra and a little bit of a corner boost there.
My goodness. Teach makes this fight just look so easy.
Actually, I know last night on his stream, Teach mentioned on the final run, he wanted to really focus in on his reflection run. So I wonder if he's been trying to put a little more effort into that, and it's definitely showing here. So, and he's in the second round now. This screen, I don't like that one. For some reason, it's very easy to just throw your body into those spikes based off that little block.
It really is. And the momentum there is crazy.
Yeah, so the second round is significantly shorter than the first, but each screen is considerably long, I'd say so. We got Teach getting into this second to last screen. Now we're gonna see a beautiful reverse hyper right here. It only saves, I believe, 3 frames, but Teach is trying to gobble up as many frames as he can. So looking real good here. He's gonna try to get to this last screen. I believe he's under really excellent pace for this reflection.
He is. This whole run for him is going to be really, really good pace. Because now he's wrapped up his battle and fight right as Flarebear is going into Ravine.
I don't think he's going to get... I don't think he's going to be leaving Reflection with a sub 20. No. But it's going to be really close. It's going to be a low 20. Like maybe 20... I'm going to say 2003?
Yeah, maybe 2001?
Okay, I was a little ahead. Still really close though. So we're talking PB/world record. Teach is gonna need a god run of Summit to hit his world record pace. He'll need an 806, probably an 805 to be safe, which I am not. I don't think he's hit that. I think
that's gonna be really, really tough to be able to get.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to play like near perfect the entire way, and it's not just without deaths. He's gonna have to not have any mix-ups with his movement or getting caught up on anything. He is just gonna have to take Madeline and just boost on up this entire mountain. On the flip side, we got Flarebear going through his Battlein fight here. Nice dash down there. Okay, and just getting things going here. Teach already in 500. He looks like he's getting in at about 43. I mean, so far that first section was really good. I don't even think
he played that first section really cleanly, and now this next section where it almost looks like they're like, oh yeah, we give you these zippers to use, but runners are just like, oh, we only really need the zippers for like one thing,
and that's momentum. All right, we're gonna see if Teach is gonna go. We're gonna see if Teach is gonna go for this trick here. I want to see what he's gonna do. He's going for it.
Oh,
and he gets it.
Wow!
Woo! Nice.
Whoa! Holy cow! I have never seen that strat done before, and he just did that so cleanly.
Yeah, he's been
beautiful.
I feel like he's been on the fence about that. He's been trying to go for it here and there, but he usually goes for the traditional one. There are a few other runners that will run that too. I believe Chai Kitty is known for going for that one too, but wow, he got that one super crisp as we head into 1000 here. Now, actually, in this room, I have seen more optimized strats from both Blackbear and Nero in a few of these screens, so I wonder if Teach is aware of that. I think he's going to go tried and true, though. Again, we're talking about the king of consistency here. Like, Blackbear will corner boost off of that spike in that second dream block, and then Nero manages to get an ultra here in this upcoming screen. I'll see if Teach is going to go for it. Like I don't even know how Nero pulled that off in the race earlier today. I saw it and I was blown away. So
I didn't see it. I'll have to look at the log, check that out. Now Flarebear's only got a couple of screens left in his Battlein fight.
Yeah, Teach is making excellent pace right now. Jumping into 1500 at 216. But this is 1500, folks, and we all know that these Dust Bunnies have a vendetta for all the runners. We've got this long room here. We're going to see Teach going for a cycle skip. Ultra. Nice. Oh, Flarebear taking it.
Wow.
Oh, no. A death on the final screen? That is always no good.
Really, that is never something you want to have.
Teach getting through triple ultra. Quadruple ultra, depending. I don't know. It seems like it's a little bit of both, but he gets through that. Flarebear now making the ascent up to the mountain yet again. I don't think Flarebear is on PB pace either. He would need
the lag that he's had. That's just gonna make. Yeah, he would need, if he's going for sub 30, he would need a sub 7-minute summit.
Yeah, and that's, I don't even think that's possible.
No, that maybe task possible, but that would still be just insane.
On the flip side, Teach here in 2000.
Oh no, he takes a death in one of the longest screens of 2000.
It wasn't too bad. He had a backup strat there, which was nicely done. And actually got a nice little boost off of that snowball as well. But it was not too bad. Not too detrimental, I don't think. I think he's still going to be on pace to get a sub 29. And actually, I do want to point out, I had mentioned at the last race that I commentated with Teach that he was the first runner to get a sub 29. I actually stand corrected on that, and I want to clarify that. Keeping things honest here. Flarebear and Moose, who ended up playing off stream due to some schedule confrontations and conflicts, Flarebear was actually able to get a sub 29. So, but we have 3 total. We have TGH, Flarebear, and Nero actually hit sub 29 today as well in the league. So These runners are coming real crazy, and I can't wait to see. I feel like a sub 28. I feel like it could happen in the league, and that would be mad hype.
If it's gonna happen anywhere, I would want it to happen in this league just to be able to see that. That would be insane to just see that happen at a GSA event. In fact, to make it even cooler, I want to say let's wait. It's gonna be bugging everybody for a while, but what if it happened at the finals at Pace?
If it were to happen at the finals at Pace, first of all, I would need to get up and shake that runner's hand, because for them to maintain that focus in a live audience that is arguably going to be going completely nuts, knowing that someone could be on world record pace, for them to have that iron will and just able to focus on the task at hand, I gotta give it to him, because that is, I would be a nervous wreck. Even if I was on like a PB pace, I would just be like, well, I hope I don't screw this up. Then the crowd's cheering, everything else, the adrenaline's pumping. You got, so that would be really dope. But man, I feel like this is gonna be really hard to pull off.
Oh, Flarebear, did you just? I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, he's not getting his hyper. He's not getting his hypers out of these dream blocks there. So.
Oh, because I looked at it. It looked like he just diagonal dashed straight into a death, and I'm like, what is? Oh wow, yeah, definitely you can tell the lag is hitting him hard.
It's either flat or I feel like it's lag or it's just like nerves. It's one or the other, because these are like his inputs are coming in both too late, and then I think he's like, okay, I think it is lag because his inputs in that first dream block section where he was losing, he wasn't hypering out. Obviously his input was coming in too early, or wasn't in time with it. Then we see him trying to get it, and he's hypering into those spikes, so I think he's trying to compensate for that. And like, that's a really hard thing to do if you're playing on lag. I mean, like, I can use my fighting game experience here. Playing a fighting game on a TV or a setup that has input lag, it's like playing in mud. Like, you literally won't hit your combos, you won't hit your special moves and everything else, and it's really frustrating. And you don't want to adjust your muscle memory, because when you go back to your normal setup, like at home or anything, you have to just basically relearn all that stuff all over again. So we'll try to see what's going on with that, if there's anything going on with it, once this race wraps up here. But Tej now moving along here on flag number 11. Flarebear now in 2000 as well.
This race is going to be going up very cleanly for Tej. So that'll be a point then going Tej's way for the standings. For those of you guys who don't know how the league standings work, if you might be new to joining the league, watching the league, or just watching speedrunning in general, the way that this league is organized is, rather than, wait, are they only playing one race? That might.
Oh, that looks like a typo. No, it is 3 races.
Okay, so what they're going to be doing is, it'll be 3 races, but rather than playing in a best of 3 setting, they're going to be playing 3 straight races. Each race will be worth 1 point to the winner, and if you win 2 out of the 3 races, you will be awarded a bonus point, and then each of those points will be going into the standings part of it, in which you can view the standings by using the command _standings in the chat. And so if you want to check out the standings for each and every one of the leagues, whether it is Celeste, Super Mario Odyssey, or even SM64, you can check that out there. And now it looks like we got Tej. He's going to be wrapping up his time with a 28:19.
Yeah, wow.
That is very, very clean. Less than 15 seconds. I think 12 seconds away from his world record time. So very, very well done. First time for Tej to start off this series against Flarebear, as we have Flarebear is finishing up his 2000, going up into 2500 here soon. Oh, and he takes a death in the last screen. It'll be interesting to see as to what sort of compensation Flarebear is going to do going into game 2 with this lag, as to whether he's just going to try and, as if he's going to fix that, or try and fix his lag issues, if he's just going to be like, you know what, I can race with the lag and I'm going to still make Tej fight for it even with the lag. But definitely can see that the lag being a struggle for Flarebear. in this first race.
All right, so we got our any percent updated to 3 races here. Also, I wanted to point out Flavor in his 2000 on that auto scroller, the first auto scroller, he actually went for faster strat, a little bit of a variant from a skip that we've seen. It's the basically we call it the auto scroller skip is what it's called. But interestingly enough, he took the auto scroller to the section like you normally do, but instead of going up, he went straight down, and it looked like he ultra too. I'll have to see if he's gonna go for that again in the next race. Oh no, door skip not being a thing right now.
Door skip's got to be harder with the lag for him, because he's gonna have to compensate with the lag for already a pretty pixel perfect trick. It looks like he loses his dash in this room there, taking a death. But it looks like he's going to be able to come out. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Getting another death in the last room of 2500. Summit is definitely not being Flarebear's friend in this race.
Again, oh my gosh. Summit, yeah. Again, these are, like I said, these are mishaps and stuff that like aren't keen to like Flarebear's normal gameplay. So we'll try to see what's going to go on. I mean, he's going to definitely try to finish this one up, but it's very apparent that he's like really behind on his time right here. Yeah. We got 3,000, so go ahead and start doing that countdown in chat if you guys want to, as we hit these flags here and make our way towards the summit.
So looking quick over at Tej's screen, he only had 6 deaths in that entire race. That is absolutely insane, especially for a first race of the day. For Tej to come out with only 6 deaths. Really, really solid. You're seeing his times coming up for the individual chapters as well. So if you guys can check that out and see how well Tej played in his chapter segments to give him his time of 28:19.
Well, he got an 8-7. Is that an 8-17 in Summit? Yeah.
8-17 Summit.
Oh no,
Flarebear takes another death.
Also with the 6 deaths too, please bear in mind that 2 of those deaths are intentional, as we have Bubs Drop and Key Skip in Summit. So he actually had 4 deaths total, which if I'm looking here, 1 came in Summit, and I have to look again. He's kind of like going back and forth between the pages here. But wow, very clean run from Tej. It seems as if the no reset challenge that he had put upon himself is paying off. He was able to get a couple of those in.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Tej is just, I wonder if Tej is like, yeah, this was my run. It was pretty epic. Just kind of doing a little bit of a flex there, you know, like, check this out.
Nah, knowing Tej, he was probably like keeping track of like any early inputs. I can see that, you know. I mean, that's any speedrunner. Like, you can have a phenomenal run, and you can just be like, I probably could have did this faster, or I kind of messed up here. I mean, again, overall, it is a fantastic run, but, you know.
I feel like a common theme with speedrunners is even when they have, like, these runs where they gold majority of their splits, they're still like, oh no, this run was bad.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that as well. In fact, I was speedrunning a different game last night, and I PB'd, but I was like, I had so much time loss because I missed a couple skips here and there. So I know I have that opportunity to take it back as well. I mean, I'm really curious to see if we're gonna see a similar time in the next run or something faster from Tej. So
I'm sure right now Tej is probably again, knowing Tej, he's probably analyzing a lot of what he's doing and thinking, okay, if I want to get my time better for the next run, I gotta watch XYZ, and then
yeah, I mean, just looking over the times that I see on the screen here, it looks like his time save was 5B. He had I believe it was a 229. I know he's hit a 222, 220. Oh, woo!
That was so scary. Oh my goodness.
I like that he
for Flarebear.
He hit pause and then just waited, like, hold on. All right, GG's to Flarebear coming in at a 3340. Actually, 3340 with 40 deaths. That's actually really impressive because I believe um, my PB, which is like a 34 and some change, I have like 20 deaths in that, I think. So
Yeah, so
he's
doing
typing
that
out a
would.
message. Oh, I think don't say bad. Don't say bad. Don't say bad.
I'm so
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah, no, I think I'm pretty sure that we're gonna see a really stellar run from Flarebear in the next one. I mean, you got you the
Oh,
big thing
definitely.
you gotta just if you have a bad run, you have a bad outing, you have to throw that out. You can't think about it. You can't dwell on it. It's a new race, a new day. Get your shoes on, and just hit the ground running.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with Tej, I was gonna say, like I said, 5B I think was the opportunity. Um, his tape grab was okay. I mean, like, I say okay because he got a tape grab yesterday with at a 109, which I have never seen before. So the possibilities are there, but I think it was just mainly his 5B is where he had the opportunity
All right,
to get
yeah.
back in there.
Looking a little bit at Tej's stats, by the looks of things, his chapter that he has the most time save on over anything is actually, it looks like Reflection is the one that he has his highest standard deviation on. But it definitely seeing more time gaps of his average time between Temple B and Reflection being his top two differentials. So it looks like we're going to be getting started with game 2 here. Going to be really interesting to see. Flarebear did mention that his lag is fixed, so hopefully that will be figured out. Looks like we're going to be getting a quick sync going on right here to start this race off. Now, I'm hoping to be seeing a better run from Flarebear. Definitely some struggles there with the lag, and that probably really put some nerves into him and made him a little bit more nervous to going into this next race. So hopefully he can just shake that off and continue to put on a really solid performance. As we're getting started, streams are now synced up and we're ready to get going. I'm really hyped for this, especially after that really, really insane run from Tej in game 1. Hopefully Tej will be able to make that even better, because I honestly think we've got a really solid chance of a world record coming from Tej, and we could even see a solid chance of a PB coming from Flare, because Flarebear, I don't think. Actually, no, never mind. I'm wrong. Flarebear has gotten a PB with the prologue skip.
Yes. Also, I think I believe that we're gonna see a much better run from Flarebear here, because like when you come off of a run where you're just doing really bad, it's really easy to just kind of like get a little more relaxed into it. I mean, we saw when he changed the file name, where it's like, I'm so good. He's being very jolly and cheerful about it. So I think it's not one of those things where that's going to be on his mind, and he's aware of that. I mean, we're already seeing much better movement here in the first part of City, so I think he's gonna bounce back really good. I'm gonna anticipate. I think he's gonna get a 30 this time around. I'm gonna that's
Definitely.
yeah,
That's
30.
gonna be a huge improvement.
I'm gonna say a high 30, possibly low 31. That's my FC prediction.
All right. I think I can match that. Yeah, definitely. Just seeing, as long as Flarebear, which I expect to see happen, Flarebear just shaking off the mishap from game 1, just shaking it off, going through, having a fun run, enjoying this, and just going ahead, and I could see him very easily improving. A 102 Forsaken City and individual chapter time coming from Tej, and a 105 from Flarebear. So we're seeing about a 3-second difference coming from the runners. Not a bad way to start the runs at all. Really cool to see that.
Yeah, and again, that was already a much better city for Flarebear here. So I think like whatever was happening before, it's already gone and under the bridge, and he's ready to put on a good show here.
Definitely.
All right, so now Tej activating those dream blocks. He's gonna zoom his way on through to meet up with Ms. Battlein. Flarebear also hot on his trail here. So you see a nice ultra from Flare. Nice. A wall bounce, yes. Let's go. Teach now in the battle and fight. It's kind of zooming through. Using that... Oh my gosh, that jump is so good.
That corner
I need to go
jump
back to
is
doing that.
just insane.
Yeah, I do the strat that Flare does where you... Oh no.
Oh, did Flare take a death?
Yeah, he got a little ahead of himself. Didn't get to the wall to perform the grab. So opt to retry there.
Oh,
Teach
no.
now getting through the second to last screen of this battle and chase. But still, it was a short death. It was like early on. It's not too bad. But now Teach in the final battle and chase.
There's still a solid chance for Flare to be able to come back because, like we've said before, oh no, Flare took another death, it looked like, so that will definitely not help coming into the end of the battle and chase, as TGH is going to be hitting up the awake section here in a little bit. Like we said before, not necessarily any hazards, but there's still a lot of solid movement that's going to happen.
Yeah, so we got TGH in awake. Woo! That little screen there with all those little ultras there. Nicely done. Looks like you hit a little... Oh! That spring. So when you're on springs, if you're hypering or ultraing or dashing into any of them, your momentum is immediately snatched. It's just gone. So you do lose a little bit of time there, and then you also have to, go to a specific height and all this other stuff. It's a little annoying. You want to avoid them there. Flarebear also getting a little tied up on that one, but misses all of those springs. Gets a nice corner boost, and he is out at a 202.
All right, 202, not bad, not bad. As we've got Tej now coming into Chapter 3. Tej definitely played in a really, really solid, really clean resort in Game 1, hitting every single one of those fast cycles in the big mess section. I'm really hoping that he can recreate that, as well as Tej got a first try demo dash. I think they had maybe one intentional death in the book, not the book section, but the one before that, which I am blanking on the name right now. But he's still, like, other than that one death, he still played a very clean resort.
Oh no, Flarebear haven't taken a death in that first long room, but had a backup strat. It looked real crisp with a couple ultras there. So that's one of the big things too about Resort. We do have cycles come into play. So runners will try to learn two strats for rooms. You have the initial one when you enter, and then you have the one if you were to take a death in the room. And so it is a death cycle, but it's not like the cycle of the room is changed. It's just the fact that you can't move until after Madeline is spawned in. It's like a 1.5 second delay. So, but Flarebear moving along here, getting to take care of these key switches. Tej in the huge mess portion again with the elegant navigation through this labyrinth. I'm living for this.
So well done.
Right now, Flarebear getting in and tackling this labyrinth as well.
That spike jump from Tej, holy cow. Every time I see that spike jump, it doesn't even look like, they're just like, oh yeah, spike, just, what's a spike? It doesn't exist. I'm just gonna jump off of it anyways. Spike jumps to this day just continue to blow my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that, if you are not knowledgeable of the game, or first time playing, let me put it that way, you're immediately trained spikes are back, so you wouldn't even dare to try to go for that. So the fact that somebody even came up with that idea, or hey, I bet you we can do this, and then just doing that, I remember when I seen a spike jump for the first time, I'm like, what is going on here? How are you pulling off this voodoo magic? I need to know, because I want to do that.
Tej, took that a little bit slower this time, didn't go for this in fast strat that he did in Game 1, played it a little bit safer, didn't take a death, which is super nice for Tej, but still a very clean laundry section from Tej, as now we've got Flarebear finishing up in books at a 223, not bad there at all from him, as Tej is now going to be entering the elevator shaft, with Flarebear coming up behind in laundry.
And Tej now an elevator shaft here. Again, we're going to see demo coming up. It's a very, he'd approached that room a little differently that time. It looked like Madeline was just daintily bouncing off the walls there. Almost ballet-esque, if I would put it. I wonder if he's is that like a new approach to it where he was like, oh, I was supposed to do this, I forgot. All right, so we got
He's
demo. We got
playing
demo
it
time. There we go. Nice.
First
nice.
try from Tej again. Very clean. Very clean from Tej. Definitely noticing Tej is playing this a lot safer than he did game 1.
Yeah, I think, he's just trying to. Maybe this is one of the places that we, this is where he was like, okay, I have time save here. Okay, nice. Nice early cycle there.
Very clean. And now we've got Flarebear coming up on Demo Dash. Going to be interesting to see what he does. He does a quick checkpoint back up. And, oh, he takes it dead.
There you go. Nice, nice.
There, he got it there.
Again, taking that death, it's just really easy to get into a sense of panic where you're just like, I have to get moving. I'm losing time here. I mean, you got to remember, if you're going for... Whoop, hold on.
What happened there? My stream lagged for a little bit.
It looked like Tej didn't get enough height to get onto that spring, and he ended up grabbing the side of the wall, and that was just like... Oshiro's like, well, I'm going to have myself a little morsel of Madeline here.
Oh, and Flarebear taking a death in this screen early on though, so it's not going to be too much of a time loss.
Oh, but that screen on death cycle is really bad.
No.
It's like it's really awkward because one, you're running in with the momentum from the previous screen, and then it's just two bunny hops, or bunny hop dash. It's a real easy setup. But having to do it, when Madeline's cold, is just like, well, I don't know how to get through this part because I don't have my momentum. And then Tej having a little bit of a menu hiccup there in that cutscene, but he's able to move forward. Flarebear on the last screen here, going for his tried and true strat. That's what I love about this room in particular. Everybody has their own approaches on how to handle this, and it results in the same.
There isn't really anything that I've been finding that's like, this is the fastest way to do it. It's like, there's a lot of room for optimizations and for people to just be like, oh yeah, this is what we're doing. It works for me.
Yep. And that's one of the big things with speedrunning. You got to find out what you're really comfortable with, especially in a race / any a full run setting. You want to take the time to like try to experiment and find some new stuff. Yeah, definitely do that. But when you are trying to go for PB pace or something like that, go with what you know. Don't try to pull something out of a hat and just be like, I got some new tech, but check this out. Unless you're fully confident in pulling it off.
Definitely. Seeing some pretty clean Golden Ridge play coming from Tej again. Despite I thought he messed up the reverse there, but I guess it was just the wind messing with my own vision. Tej going for a quick little strat here, plays that really well. Flarebear coming up with some wall bounces, and he's now playing this really well, going into the next spike jump there, and he does that really well. Both of them are playing really solid Golden Ridges here. Definitely seeing really good play coming from both runners in this race. Seeing a significantly better play from Tej. He rushes himself, hits the bubble there, and has to take a death going for that key coin. That's gonna put him back just a couple of seconds. Now we're gonna see a quick sync here. Only about a second off on the sync. Tej now flying through this second room. Alright, very well Golden Ridge play from Tej here. He's going to be entering Chapter 5. So we're going to be seeing Flarebear coming out at Golden Ridge, going out really well. As he's got these snowballs that are going to be coming the same similar cycle of that of Oshiro, but they're going to be moving a little bit slower. and they come out more frequently. But usually it works with the same function as if you jump on them, then they do still give you that dash reset, which has been seen to be optimized by runners there. And now we've got Tej. He's only a couple of screens away from starting his yeet strat, so we're going to be taking a look at that as flarebear is coming out of Golden Ridge with a 250 Golden Ridge, not bad, in 11:33. Right now is TGH going for yeet. He's got it. He plays that really well. Was able to nail the corner boost. I think there might have been only a slight, maybe 1 pixel mishap on that yeet, but he was able to get that really, really solid, and he plays really well as he continues to move out to start his 5B section right about as flarebear is entering 5A. So it'll be interesting to see here, because as we look back in game 1, TGH definitely struggled a little bit with 5B. So it'll be interesting to see as to how TGH, if he is going to recognize where he made his mistakes in 5B and maybe not make the same mistakes, or if he's just gonna be like, all right, I made these mistakes here, I'm gonna accept making them again and just going for it. So now we're gonna be seeing flarebear coming up on his yeet, and he's going, oh no, he misses the yeet first try, but second try he goes up and messed up some of the momentum there in the corner boost. And now we've got Tej coming in at Bub's drop, and he gets that first try really clean, very solid from Tej, missing a quick spike jump, same thing that he did in game 1. And then we've got flarebear coming up into the tape room. Flarebear taking a death there. Not really sure what happened. Flarebear taking another death. Wow, that is definitely not what I would expect coming from Flarebear. Causing him to have to slow down a little bit. Pause buffering the cycles, it looks like. Can't really tell. But Flarebear now at a 13:08 in grabbing the tape now, as Tej is going to be entering the mirror for 5B. And seeing some really, really solid play coming from Tej as he enters the mirror. And flarebear entering 5B. I'm really excited to see Tej go through the Seeker Gauntlet. Really solid, drops him right on that key coin and continuing to move on through the Seeker Gauntlet. Very well done. Very, very well done from Tej. Playing great. Flarebear having himself a really good time, as well as he's coming up Bub's drop, only 1 screen as he's on the screen for Bub's drop, but he takes an early death before he even gets a chance to get to Bub's drop. So he's now going up and he drops down very solid. First try Bub's drop. Have not been seeing Bub's drop be an issue for these runners at all, as both of them nail it first try, and I think both of their runs. Tej looks like he dropped Theo there for a second. Oh, and he falls. He totally misses the spring and just drops down, taking a death. Moving up and around, now able to quick do recovery from that, as he's in the clearly impossible room, but he makes the clearly impossible room look easy as he's going from here into the end. TGH just using Madeline to come up and clean up after his 5B, having 2 deaths in 5B. Not bad at all, but wow, Flarebear taking a death there in that shuriken room. Now as Tej is entering Reflection, I'm not quite sure what the comparison of paces were on his time here compared to his time before, but I don't think we're going to be seeing a world record coming out in this. But Tej is now entering Reflection, as Flarebear has now entered the mirror. Reflection once again being a really interesting and tech-heavy run. Flarebear messing up a little bit there, having to drop and grab the crystal before he hits the door. Oh, but he takes a death anyways, and I totally missed Tej going for leg skip as I'm looking at Flarebear, but Flarebear taking another death, and I'm going to be assuming that TGH got leg skip, but just with the way that he is flying through Reflection now as Flarebear is entering the Seeker Gauntlet.
Flarebear having a nice coin room there. having that Seeker actually hit the coins, but without using the explosion. Now, Flarebear had some hangups here in this screen. He pulls this one off. Oh, he gets a first try. Let's go.
Very well done there from Flarebear. He's now starting the Seeker section with Tej now coming up, starting it the section with bumpers, where we talked about in game 1, where you can get some route variations. In this section, cool to see how runners will go. He's again using the upper route as expected. Very solid wave, which is you need to use the Grizzly block there. As now we've got Flarebear looking to finish up his section with Theo. He's in the clearly impossible room, and he cleans that up, makes that look really clean. Very well done from him, as now he is finishing up his 5B.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
and I spoke too soon. He drops Theo into the abyss and ends up throwing Theo now into the heart after taking the quick death there. Definitely 5B being a struggle for Flarebear in this run.
Yeah, what happened is he didn't get his dash off before the dash block started to reset. So when the dash occurred, he actually was still on the block being pulled back, and since it was at the tail end of it, it just sucks up all of Madeline's momentum. So he didn't get the distance that he wanted originally. It's very tough. I've run into that a lot in that tape room. Now Flarebear having a little hang up here on Lake Skip, getting a second try.
Not bad. Now as we got TGH, he's going to be doing the swimming section real quick, and then he's got Battle and Boost coming up. Oh, but Flarebear having to stop and think for a second before he ends up taking the death there in that room, as he is continuing to move closer through. Battle and Boost now coming up for Tej. He's flying through, very solid, just zips right on into the battle and fight, and he is now in the, once again, the most intense section of the game. Now, as we're going to take a look at Flarebear moving up through with the Grizzly block. As Tej playing really cleanly in the battle and fight once again. Man, Tej makes this battle and fight look so easy. It makes battle and just look more like a punching bag than an actual boss. As Flarebear now going up for a reverse hyper off the Grizzly block, plays that really well as he's going up for the upper route here, dropping down into the feather, and he jumps across, playing that really cleanly as he enters the next screen. Tej going again through the battle and fight.
Flarebear did not get the distance that he wanted off that bumper. Had to get himself set up again, but seems to have picked himself up very well as he heads into these walls that he's got to just slam Madeline into. Probably going to want to get some like a leave or Advil after that, because I'm pretty sure she's going to feel that in the morning.
Probably going to need to do some concussion testing or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely is just slamming her head constantly into these blocks all the time. You know, I think she does like 4 something in reflection. She does again another couple in Golden Ridge. So it's like definitely is going to have at least some sort of brain damage at some point by the end of this journey for her.
Well, now maybe what the mountain will do is, you know, just kind of alleviates all that stuff, so nothing really bad. I mean, we don't know a lot about the mountain, except for the fact that it's not named Madeline.
The mountain is definitely not named Madeline.
Alright, so now Tej getting set up here for the last 2 screens of the battle and fight. Again, he looks like he's on really good pace here. This one's going to be really close because I don't know if he's going to get to sub 20 or not, but it's going to be really, really close here.
Gonna be, I don't think he's going to have it this time around, which means we're definitely going to be seeing, he's going to need he's going to need an IL world record for Summit if he's going to be able to bring this out into a PB with that. But still, a very, very solid run coming from Tej. Once again in game 2 of this race. Now Flarebear is going to be hitting his battle and boost to see, you know, fly into battle and starting this next attack, starting his next battle and fight, and 20:05 reflection for Tej. Not quite as fast as last race, but still a really solid time for him.
Yeah, and that's a consistency that we were talking about earlier. I mean, 4 seconds is not a lot of time to be very consistent. So it looks like, again, his no reset challenge is paying off on keeping, you know, each race about the same time. Which, if you really think about it, since each race in the league is very crucial because they're all worth a single point, it puts pressure on his opponents. Like it's gonna come, you know, word is gonna get around. He's like, Tej is like playing very consistently right now, and they know what he's capable of for his times. So you can't get one of those like lucky breaks where he's like, oh, he's just gonna have like, you know, a falter here and there. I mean, he did have sometimes in the first week, excuse me, but it's quickly shifting.
Taking a couple of deaths, holy cow. Struggling with that room a little bit.
Right now, Tej in 500.
Yeah, Steam.
But we're still going through.
Definitely, you know, looking more at the consistency from Tej, especially if you've got the guy with world record who's playing as consistently as he is. Even the second and third place runners who are less than a minute behind him in the leaderboard, they don't have the same level of consistency. In a game like Celeste, where consistency is gonna be what keeps you going, is you're gonna need to develop consistency. Otherwise, you're going to easily fall behind in the league.
Yeah, we see Tej taking a few deaths there in that one room where he did that ultra. Kind of got in a little too quick, fell off the block, and then the second time he actually missed the strat. So a little bit of time lost there as he's getting ready to head into 1000. Flarebear getting a few hangups here, just not getting the distance on his jumps and falling into spikes. He's looking to recover here. He's got one more screen to go, and again, this is a much better time, I believe, than what he had from last game.
Definitely. Tej flying through these dream blocks in the 1000 meters. Going really well for him yet again. That's now we're going to be seeing Flarebear finishing up his reflection and going into the last dash of the mountain. Now, I didn't see it in the last game, but chat, I want to see from you guys. I want to see the countdown on the checkpoint flags. I know that that's quite a ways away yet from here as Tej is entering the 1500, but for both runners, I want to see you guys counting down these checkpoint flags. Get you guys involved. Tej playing really, really solid fast strats out of in this 1500 meters, and now as Flarebear is going to be starting his summit, you can definitely see the consistency come out from Tej. It's like people who might watch Tej's stream and see him might not think he's as consistent, but if you watch and see him do the 3 runs back to back in the league, I don't think he has any single set races that are less or that are over a minute in difference for time, and you just see the consistency being shown from Tej. Flarebear going at a 38 seconds to start his 500 meters. Very, very solid first time for that.
Now Tej heading into the snowball room here. He did take a death the first time, but it's not a factor this time around. He also still has that strawberry on him. There's a little... Oh, nope. Spoke too soon. So there's a little meme where runners will try to take that berry as far as they can in 2000. Now, you can't carry it into 2500, unfortunately, because you are forced to land for 9 frames, and that's when berries collect. But so moving along here, Flarebear down the battle and alley-oop section for 1000. It looks like he might have missed that zipper, but was easily able to back it up. now Flarebear in the dream block section here. Nice first screen. And Tej on his battle in alley-oop of 2000.
And he just flies through there, taking that really easily. He's going to be starting his 2,500 meters with sub 5 minutes. It's still going to be a pretty intense time that he's going to have to make up for this summit if he's going to be able to world record. I don't think that's going to be coming in. I don't think we're going to be seeing any PBs here in this race. Definitely going to be needing to probably even just see something totally new before we even see any PBs in this race at least.
I don't know. I don't know if we necessarily need to see anything new from either runner. I think if they can just come through with a very solid run, there is the chance. Now, Tej has kind of like drifted away from the idea of trying to push for world record, which is kind of ironic because he did get it at the beginning of his he got it twice. He got a 28:09 I think on his second or third run of his 50 run challenge, and then he got a 28:07. But the intent of that was not to push for a world record. He was just trying to push for paying attention to like when he's having early inputs, and also just try to get that consistency up. And then like with Flarebear too, I mean, he just had a really solid run, and everything just came together for him. And he's learning some other quicker strats too. So if he can get those in and stay consistent with the rest of his stuff, I think he has it. I think it's possible.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we'll necessarily see. I'm talking like, I don't know if we'll see one tonight. Just with
okay.
Made. Yeah, but there's definitely still a high chance. There's still a chance of both anybody realistically to be able to PB during this league, and I really hope we can see something come from them. That would be insane to see from anybody. Just any PB coming through in a league setting is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we've already had some PBs as well. Like I said, Flarebear had PB'd. We had Neto PB as well. I'm looking to see. I want to see somebody. Well, okay, Scrubblord already hit sub 30 as well. Not in a race, but during the league itself. I'm trying to see one of the runners break into sub 30 in a race, an actual race here on Speedrun. So
that would be really cool to see. Seeing a milestone like that happen would just be something that that'd be really cool to see. Just seeing any runner PB, whether you're a new runner or a seasoned veteran, just any PB is really cool.
Yeah, especially in a race setting too, because you have other factors, like just trying to win the race and a bunch of other stuff too. So we got Tej coming in on flag number 9 here. This one is 9 is very deceptive. It looks very simple, but there are been a lot of times where runners have been getting caught up on that particular flag.
Right now, as we've got Flarebear entering his 2,500.
I'm just seeing in chat, they're saying that TJ is just too fast for them to try to do the countdown. So
well, at least they're
do the best you can.
At least they're trying. Glad to know that you guys are trying to keep that. Glad you guys tried to do that. Really solid attempts coming from chat. But now Tej coming up on flag number 1, gonna be once again getting another sub 20. Really, really solid runs. That's 2 sub 29s in a row coming from TGH in this race setting. What a really, really great way to race tonight from TGH. That will also mean that TGH is going to be taking the match. He is going to be getting the extra point coming out of here, but we are not done. We still have one more race yet to go after this one. And we've got Flarebear finishing up his 2,500. He's moving on to 3,000. Going to be looking to finish up his race. And let me tell you, these have been great runs, especially seeing a huge improvement coming from Flarebear out from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah, now he's going to be beginning his ascent up the mountain here. And again, like this section is pretty optimized to for the most part. There's gonna be a little differentiations in a little bit of differences in strats here. Like I think Flarebear is going to do a more intended route on flag 20. Yeah, on flag 20, I believe it is what it is. And then even here too, using the wall bounce there, where some runners are just hypering and then doing an extended hyper and maintaining their dash, saving a little time. But he is out of downdraft and going to fly into updraft here. And Teach is going to go ahead and look over the stats here. So while he's doing that, we'll go back to Flarebear's screen in the updraft portion. Oh, didn't get the bounce. Nice that he didn't try to go for it and wait. He's in a huge safe there. Oh. Just a little too high. A little too high again.
He does it again. Wow.
Yeah, I think he was just too high and just dashed right over the spring instead of landing on it. Alright, so this time Teach had 8 unintentional deaths. So a little more. His Mirror Temple B-side was about this. Let's see, I'm trying to see it because, you know, the restream screen's a little tiny for my old battered eyes. But it looks like that he had some opportunities to. It looks like it's going to be Summit this time around. I'd say Summit and possibly Ridge. I don't know. Teach's Ridge has been very consistent. He's been kind of hovering over that mid 240 range. So. Yeah. I think it was Summit here, and he got 229 again on Mirror Temple. So
we got Flarebear coming up on flag number 6 now, hitting the 31 mark. Looks like our predictions were off. Looks like you were probably going to be getting a high to maybe an high 31 to maybe a low 32, depending on how the end of this section goes for Flarebear.
Yeah, he actually had to wait for the. Oh no! He had to wait for the bricks and he just fell and missed the spring there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, it looks easily in mid 32. Still, it's definitely a lot better than his first run. And we still got one more to go.
He's hitting that. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! He didn't hit flag 3.
Oh my gosh. That's gotta hurt a lot. My goodness. And he still isn't taking the flag.
He's gonna take this one? He is gonna take 2.
Okay. If he wasn't gonna take 2, it'd be like he's an actual animal right now. Now he's going to be hitting flag 2, still getting a sub 33, which is a lot faster than his first race of the day. So now that will be the end for race number 2, as the runners are going to be starting to get themselves ready for race 3. Looking at Flarebear's time, I think he had almost a 20 to 30 second improved summit between race 1 and race 2. I know he had past 10 minutes. So really solid improvement for Flarebear just in Summit. So that was really cool to see. And now runners are going to be looking themselves set up for race number 3. Before we get themselves started with race number 3, just want to give you guys a reminder that you can check out the schedule for GSA using the command !schedule in the chat, as well as you can see information for the live event Pace, which is going to be the very first ever live speedrunning race tournament style event, and that is going to be really cool to see. So check that out. So you can check that out by using the command !Pace in the chat as well. And during the league, at any point, if you guys want to see the standings for our leagues, you can use the command !standings, and you'll be able to see the lists for our leagues of Super Mario 64, Mario Kart Double Dash, Celeste, and Super Mario Odyssey. So make sure you guys check that out for some really awesome speedrunning stuff. As even though right now we've got Celeste, there are still some really amazing other runs that you guys can check out here, brought at twitch.tv/speedrun, brought to you by the Global Speedrun Association. So it looks like Tej is going to be taking a quick break before we get started on race 3. So, FC, when we take a look at Flarebear and his performance in between games 2 and 3, what do you, or between games 1 and 2, what do you expect to see happen coming into game 3?
I think we're gonna see, I think, maybe a more safer approach as we head in. I mean, some of the shenanigans that have been kind of happening on Flarebear screen have been very unfortunate. But this happens. I mean, you know, there are bad days. Sometimes you're just kind of not into it. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's like 11 o'clock for Flarebear. And there's just a whole bunch of factors that come in. Ideally, you want to. I would want to see him just kind of go into the next race with just an absolute clear head. Think about nothing but just getting the run in at hand and doing the run that he's comfortable with, and we should see a very good time from him.
Yeah, definitely. Good to be able to see him looking. Glad to see him cracking some jokes on his file select between each of the races, as he uses the "I'm so good" and then comes in and also makes a joke about putting in the LOL for his file name for at the end of this race. So glad to see that he's still maintaining a sense of humor and still just having some fun with it. Because when it comes down to it, no matter what, having fun is the point of it all.
That is true. Now, this is the final race today on Speedrun, but tomorrow we got a lot of action going on. There is no Celeste, but that's quite all right because we got a 16-star race in Super Mario 64. We got Mario Kart Double Dash. You also have a 70-star match, and then we have Battle for Bikini Bottom, a double header. And then we're closing out the day with another Super Mario 64 run. I gotta double check to see if it's 16 or 17. Another 70-star race. So tomorrow's gonna be action packed, and then Celeste will be back on Wednesday.
Yeah. So it looks like Flarebear getting in a little bit of practice before starting this next. Starting this next race.
He's going for this auto scroller skip.
That's now Tej looks like he's going to be getting himself ready to go.
I like this approach. He's going for an ultra. Normally what runners do is they use a spike jump to get set up into that little nook down there. This looks to be a little more precise, but also a lot faster. He was able to get it in race number 1, so I think he's really just trying to nail this down and get it going. It's actually dope because I know M Sushi was also going for this. He's going for a different approach for this strat. So it's just gonna be interesting to see if Flarebear is gonna make that game time decision to go for that strat or not. And we will not know until we get to the close to the conclusion of race number 3, because this is in Summit. All right, so we are going to get on the way.
All right, looks like the racers are going to be ready to get started here. As they're going to be putting in their file names and getting themselves ready to go. So I'm really excited for this. Hopefully we're going to be seeing again some solid runs coming from both of these guys. Exciting to see how these runs have been going on already. Hopefully going to be able to see these all pour out to go. really well for both of these runners, as we're going to be getting started here. Probably going to be getting a sync here right away, but we will see what happens. But gonna be some great racing here for Celeste. I'm excited.
Yeah, no shenanigans in prologue have happened. We haven't seen a retry instead of a skip cutscene, and we're not gonna see one today either. Decided to throw my commentator curse out there to see if it's on point today or not. Looks like it's still on break, but don't worry. When it comes in, it's gonna be coming in with a vengeance.
So now we're going to be getting started here in Forsaken City. Once again, Tej pulling out with a quick early lead with about half a screen of a lead. Which, again, with Forsaken City, it's not really expected to have happen too much. But still, really solid Forsaken City play coming from both runners. Great to see that. Again, Forsaken City being one of the most, if not the most optimized level in the game. They're able to use every single mechanic that is born. Oh no! Flarebear has to bonks his head up on the wall, taking a death there, which is gonna put him at an early deficit going into this third game.
Yeah, and also we're seeing Tej slowly pull out in front because of the more optimized strats and the overall optimized movement from his side versus Flarebear's. And there's a few instances like the reverse hyper into the spike jump there at the first checkpoint. That strat right there, Flarebear going for the more traditional approach versus Tej doing the neutral wall bounce to get up on top. Yeah, so ideally this is going to happen where you just have that that better optimization movement from one runner to the next, and then of course oh sorry, you were breaking up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my internet's just deciding to have a field day going into this third race, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so actually, oh no, Flarebear taking a death there again. I wonder if he's just not getting the timing when getting into that room, because it looks like he's just slamming into some spikes there, and that usually what happens if you too far back, you just don't get enough distance. Two, if you're too far forward, you actually won't get your dash back. It's hard to tell, but both are now in the battle and chase. Tej blaring through these rooms, taking another death. Every time I look over, okay. Every time that I look over at Tej's screen to try to talk about something, Flarebear is taking a death. So maybe I should stop watching TGH for a little bit and just focus on Flarebear.
Flarebear definitely coming out, kind of struggling a little bit in his early game. But he's finishing up his battle and chase really cleanly, and now he's going on to the awake section with really clean tech and movement coming from him. Now as Flarebear is finishing up his battle and chase, hopefully I don't jinx it, but he played this last room very well.
Yeah, he's about to make his way to the phone booth here. Tej, on the other hand, about to get through awake. We're going to see if he's going to run into these springs. Not today. Wow, this is a really good time. He's going to get a 144. 140.
Wow, yeah. 144. Very, very, very well done.
And now Flarebear going through his awake section. We're seeing a little bit of a hang up here. Looks like he's just ahead by his timing, because he's kind of running into a lot of walls and kind of bonking into some stuff here. But still, a really good time here. He's going to get a 155? Is that what I saw? 156.
156.
So that's a really good time for old side.
Yeah, 156 is still solid. Tej playing really well, starting in his resort. Once again, Tej having very clean, very solid resorts. He played his second race resort a little bit safer than he played his first game. I'm curious to know if he's going to try and go for the same safety in this one, or if he's just gonna be like, you know what, it's race 3, I've got the name, let's see how far I can push this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna come down to just whatever his times are. It looks like you're gonna get a sync here. Thank you, Restreamer. Appreciate you.
Just a quick shout out too. We got 100 bits coming in from Wizard Lizard. Thank you so much. He says, Flare Bear, you just have fun with the run. The odds are not in your favor. You can win. Oh, you can always PB. So thank you very much for not only that, but also the great encouragement words to Flare Bear. Because yes, even though Flare Bear is very much the underdog in this race, he still has a good chance to PB.
You know, I'm gonna come out and just kind of go and say he still has a chance to win. TGH is playing very solid, but anything can happen. I mean, we have a Bubs drop coming up. I would definitely not count Flarebear out of this race by any means, especially when we have so many chapters to go. We have Demo Dash coming up, we have Bubs drops coming up, we have the Battle and Fight coming up, we have Golden Ridge in its entirety as well. There's a lot of things that can happen where, you know, Spaghetti just gets thrown into TGH's corner and Flarebear just gets a straight shot into it. So I wouldn't count him out.
True. Yeah, no, you can. I've definitely learned through just in my time of speedrunning, I've learned that a run is never ever truly over until you hit that until you actually finish the run. No matter how far behind you are, no matter what, a run is never truly over. So, and I think the same thing is for the race. The race is never over, and Tej going for the fast strats. He gets it. Tej is going all out. But like I said, a run's never truly over. A run or a race is never truly over until one person is finished. But Tej, wow, pulling out a 2:45 laundry. Very solid. It takes a little bit of a trip up as he begins to enter the elevator shaft. But Flarebear not that far behind as he does a pretty fast strat himself going through laundry.
Yeah, I mean that mishap there was like a good 2-3 seconds. So again, those are the things that I was just talking about. Like with Celeste, it's definitely a marathon more so than a sprint. If you have like a half-second loss here or a full second loss there, or you know, and so forth, that really starts to add up. That really starts eating away at your time. I mean, we have
Tej missing his demo dash first try.
Yeah, see that, and that's another one too. I mean, like right there, that we have 5 seconds, just gone from his lead just from that, and especially if Flarebear is able to come clean through the rest of this portion here. So, well, it was like I was saying, we have over 600 screens to come across, and if you are losing a half a second from your normal, you know, everyday run, that is 5 minutes. I think my math could be off, but it's just really easy to have hiccups happen.
Yeah, it really is. Flarebear able to get the first try demo dash. That'll help him make some time up as he might start slowly creeping up on Tej. It'll be interesting to see because now we're getting into the Yoshiro section. Tej playing it just as cleanly as you would expect coming from him. Flarebear going pretty well as well. He kind of struggled with the key coins in his first end right there. Yep, key coins once again getting him, causing him to take a death as Tej is now finishing up his resort going into Golden Ridge. Flarebear trying to come up as close as he can. Oh, he had a little bit of a hiccup there, but he's able to recover. I'm not sure how that messed with his cycles, but he made it work as he is now going through, entering the last screen for Resort. Wow, another quick hiccup, but what a save as he turns and grabs on to the ledge to prevent himself from hitting the Dust Bunny, having to reset the screen. Very well done from Flarebear as he is looking to be finishing up his resort. Got a 451 and is coming in a little ways behind TGH, but we are only in Golden Ridge. There's of. There's still quite a bit of race left to go.
Yes, now Teach getting set up for auto scroller skip. We're going to see the ultra attempt, and he gets it.
Wow,
Flarebear trying to get
solid.
the reverse. They're getting a little caught up. That reverse hyper into the ultra is really hard. I don't even know how these runners are able to pull it off. You don't have a lot of room. It's a really tight ultra to try to get in.
Alright, Teej now coming up in that screen very cleanly as he takes a quick spike jump there as he goes in for the next auto scroller section where he's just got to sit and wait a couple of seconds before he gets a key coin to make sure that his stamina is saved. Landing on the block and able to take out over the rest of it as he's moving into the heavy wind section. Looking to be finishing up his Golden Ridge here pretty soon in the next minute or so. As now we've got Flarebear coming up on the auto scroller skip.
He also goes for the ultra and nails it. Nicely done.
Very clean from him. Oh, Teej. Whoa! Teej bonking his head, but not really sure how he got himself in that position. But I see him bonking his head without any dashes and is able to jump around and still bring himself back up onto where he needs to be. No idea how he got himself in that situation, but that was very, very well played from Teej there as he saves that, almost getting a death. And he is bringing himself into the last screen here on Golden Ridge. We're going to be looking at a 241 or a 242. 241, it looks like, coming in from Teej for a Golden Ridge. Very well done. Great to see that. Flarebear slowly coming up behind it. Well, not slowly. Flarebear's still moving. He is coming up behind Teej as Teej is going to be entering 5A.
And I believe for Teach, that was his fastest time from the set with the 241.
Yeah, that definitely.
Also, it was a
deathless.
A deathless Golden Ridge. Very impressive as we get into 5B, or 5A, excuse me. Jumping ahead of myself. Just want to hear those cool tunes. We're going into 5A. I want to see. All right. Well, I don't. Did Teach get yeet in race 2? I know he missed it in race 1.
He did. He had it very cleanly in race 1. In race 2, sorry. Now he's going for it again. And he's got it that time again.
Coming through with the yeet. I had to do it. he's having a really good he's having a really good time here.
Really
yeah.
Well.
Getting some nice movement in there too. He very well. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna watch this clock because he is gonna have. He had a 109 yesterday. It's gonna be close.
That's a
110. Wow,
110.
Really
wow, good. That's still a solid time. Oh, and sorry, I might have missed it earlier. Another 100 bits coming from Wizard Lizard. Thank you so much for that and the support of the stream. Can't wait for Flarebear to pull out the Pepsi Max strat to beat Teej. Flare love in the chat. P.S. McDonald's closes at 12 a.m. Alright. Thank you again, Wizard Lizard, for those 100 bits. We've got Teej now coming up on Bub's drop. He was able to get it. That's 3 for 3 for Teej with Bub's drop. Haven't seen a single missed Bub's drop in this set. Very, very well done from both runners hitting that. Looks like Flarebear had a little bit of a hiccup on his yeet as he now has to play this screen a little bit differently.
We're also seeing Flarebear typing in chat, which is a little strange.
Oh, Flarebear is typing in chat. It is very strange to see, especially from the position that he's in.
Okay. Okay, simply. Come what is Flarebear getting timed out now. Oh my.
seeing some. Oh wow! All right, now we've got Tej entering the mirror, and Flarebear just now finishing up his
So
5A. Missed what his time was.
yeah. Also, an update on the timeout. I'm actually getting word from the restreamer, aka Simply, that it is a rule that there's no typing in chat from runners during races. So that is a little bit of an explanation there. Today I learned something. Well, I also learned that
something
Simply.
too.
I mean, I learned that Simply had a fire SoundCloud as well today too. So if you want to check that out, kids, fantastic beats and some good lyrics there. I'm not saying that on stream. Simply, I'm not doing your emotes.
Okay, all right, there we go. Flarebear hitting up his Bubs drop. That's now 3 for 3 Bubs drop. Not a single missed Bubs drop from any of the runners tonight. Very well done by both of them, as Tej is on the second to last screen for 5B.
Getting that
solid time coming from him as he's through the 228 5B. Very well done. I don't even know if he had any deaths. I wasn't even paying attention.
There were a few quick ones.
Okay.
They're in the mirror, but now Flarebear is also in the mirror and just kind of moving along here. This freefall has gotten a lot easier due to one of the recent patches that Matt and the gang have incorporated in. They made those gaps a little wider, so if you're playing on console, it's actually a lot tougher. Those like pass-throughs in that first section are very small. But once we get the DLC, I believe everything should be squared away and everybody should be on the same version. Which actually will be interesting. I believe one of the runners in the community that's been just kind of up and coming out of nowhere, Toothy, he actually is now on sub 31 pace, and he wasn't not too long ago. So I'm gonna be curious to see if he's gonna try to get into the league next season, which would be very exciting. But the thing about it is, if I'm not mistaken, and please someone correct me if I'm wrong about this too, I believe he plays on Xbox One, so that's pretty nutty.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Flarebear takes another death going into the Keycoin section of 5B. But wow, a runner playing on Xbox One and getting sub 31 pace, that's really solid.
Like I said, I could be wrong. I mean, we've had a couple other runners that were running on console and then made the transition to PC, myself included. But like Gix, I know, runs on Switch. He runs the Nintendo Switch version, which for those that are curious, the Nintendo Switch version is the highest along in the updates compared to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. So we have that. There's a few other people too. I want to say maybe Blue Eye also is on Nintendo Switch. I know Evans Fight uses a Nintendo Switch Pro controller for his runs, but he plays on PC. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'd be cool to have some console runners come in and strut their stuff, because we're based everything off of in-game timer, so they don't need auto splits or any of that other stuff. They can kind of keep their own stats and everything.
Yeah, it's all off the in-game timer, which is one of the nice things about the game. Is with the in-game timer is you don't have to. You can run on any system, and it's all gonna be equal.
That is true. And then also too,
patches.
Like with ILs and stuff like that, on if you beat your previous time, they actually put up a gold split, or they put up a gold timer for you when you've beaten your personal best on a save file. So there's like a lot of great little tools that. Oh, Madeline just got crunched. Can we take a moment of silence, please, on Flarebear's screen? Getting crunched by the Kevin block.
Get some Fs in the chat as well.
All right, she's back. She's good. She's good. Nothing to worry about. We got Tej with the battle and fight going, and now Flarebear in. And again, this is just like super optimal movement for the battle and fight.
Yeah.
It gets kind of tough as we get towards the last race here, because I mean, I don't know what else I can really provide to you, like game wise. I guess you can kind of go into like ultras. An ultra is when you chain hypers together. There's no cap to Madeline's velocity, I guess is the right term. So it's possible to get some really crazy speeds out of her. If you want to see a good example of that, go watch the awake portion of the task, and actually the lake portion of 6A as well, because they kind of do something wild.
Yeah, the tasks of this game is absolutely crazy as to just the amount of speed that they're able to bring Madeline to.
Alright, so Flarebear moving along nicely, getting ready to talk to our lovely old woman of the mountain, and getting into Ravine here. Teach, on the other hand, about to get into the second round again. This has been about the pace between the two runners here, so Teach getting that ultra, getting ready for round 2. He's look like he's gonna have a total file time of about 8:46.
Wonder if, do you think? I don't know. I can't tell from here personally, but do you think Teach might get the sub 20 this time?
It's gonna be really close. I mean, he has 3 screens to go in about a minute, and then also he has the climb too, and the climb takes about, I want to say 15 to 20 seconds. And it's gonna be kind of close.
Big sync. Alright, it's gonna be really tight for Teach to be able to get that sub 20 reflection. But he's in the second to last screen and he's playing it really solid. Like again, you see the consistency coming from him as he just moves. Almost inhuman.
He might get it. He might get sub 20. We have to look and see. It's gonna be real close.
It is
a lot of these
really close.
Wall bounces and stuff like that. I think he knows it too. He's moving along really quick here. Oh, I think he's got it.
He's got it.
Coming to sub 20.
He's got it.
Oh, way ahead of schedule. Oh my god, 1955.
Oh yeah, 1955. That was really, really solid. By the way, another 100 bits coming from Wizard Lizard. Thanks again. PSA, Flare, when he first started running the game, used a Steam controller because someone stole his PS controller. Wow.
That's unfortunate.
Playing on a Steam controller, that's gonna be hard.
I don't even know what that looks like, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's an odd controller, I'll say that much. Tej, now coming into the summit.
So, I think Tej might be on pace right now.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking too, but I don't know.
Like, you know,
I don't want to jinx anything.
It's 28:07. He came in. He came in. I think like right under 20 minutes. So it's gonna need to be a solid summit as always. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, you know, he has. Let me see. I'm trying to do some quick math here. 8:12. No, I'm sorry. 8:17. Is what he would need to get. And that's definitely going to help getting that strat there. So, this is, I mean, we're going to know further along. I'm sorry, I'm not really good with the whole time and math and stuff like that. I'm not the mathematician of the group.
Yeah, I'm not either. So I think we should just, you know what? Let's just keep it going. Flarebear going into the second to last room in his battle and fight. If Tej gets a world record here, man, that would be extremely hype. So let's hear that. Hoping that potentially seeing a world record happening in this race. As we look now on Flarebear's side, as he's going to be finishing up his. Oh, and he takes a death in literally the last little section of the last room of the battle and fight. That's going to be really rough for him. That's a huge time loss there. Oh, and he loses a little bit of momentum, but he's able to recover and end his fight. Taking that death there, that's going to hurt a lot. But he is now beginning his climb as Tej is continuing his press up. Taking a look. Getting some word in chat. Tej PB, he ended his reflection at a 1951. So by the end of his reflection, he was +4. So it is possible, but it's gonna be really, really tough for Tej to be able to pull this out. Flare Bear looking like he's taking a little bit of a break. Before he starts his summit. As now Tej is going to be wrapping up his 1500 meter at 3:06. So now he is doing at 2000 and he is playing it really cleanly.
Ooh, that was too close to comfort. Melon had to get a little push to get into that bubble. But I was gonna reiterate here. Like, I'm seeing Tej's movement compared to the you know, like his usual run and gun. He's playing a little more aggressive. So I believe, even though Chad is saying otherwise, I think Tej is aware that he could be on pace right now, and I think that's why he's kind of taking some of the brakes off the car here and just kind of running with it. I mean, we saw it in the reflection. He was even a little more aggressive on that vertical part, and someone mentioned that he's 4 seconds behind on his split, but Tej is doing different strats in this summit versus his PB pace, like that really fast strat in the city. So I mean, ultimately, we're not going to know until we get to 3,000.
Yeah, we definitely won't know, but it is definitely a possibility. Tej is just flying through the summit. He's at a 431 entering 2,500.
Okay, yep. No, I think he's on pace because he does not like doing that strat, the corner boost into the ultra there. He is not a huge fan. So I think Tej is onto something here.
So
we'll
yeah,
see.
Flare Bear getting a little bit of a stutter there. But he doesn't take a death, so he's gonna continue going. Now, I don't know. I'm super hyped because I think we might be seeing a record here, but I don't want to jinx anything. But this is super, super hype as he's playing it really close. His thread the needle coming in really clean. Door skip going really well for him. TGH is just flying through here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a really good pace here. He's gonna need he's gonna need a really good 3,000. Tej is gonna touch down on 3,000. Let's see. I can get a good idea here.
539.
2535. So he's gonna need a 2.5 minute ish 3,000 to get it. We'll know as we get closer here, but this is gonna, either way, this is a very fantastic run from Tej.
This is a great run from Tej.
Yeah, and not to pull anything from Flarebear either, because he's been running exceptionally well this time around as well, but we're just going to see. I mean, so far, nope, I'm not even going to say it. Let me stop. Commentator Curse, I'm going to need you to take a back seat right now. You're going to have to just sit. Yes. No.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Flarebear taking another death there.
All right, Tej now getting into the F trap. Oh my gosh. It looks like he's going to get into F trap at about 2:23. Oh wow. So that first section was less than a minute. That's really good.
Yeah, very well played.
Yeah, sorry, I'm super bad at determining this type of stuff. I'm already
I don't
nervous.
know yeah, I'm nervous myself too, and I don't know how to do pacing. If I had his PB video up right next to me, I could see it, but I don't right now. But this is still extremely good run. I'm really rooting that Teach can pull this out. Flare Bear going for his he didn't go for no, he didn't go for the auto scroller skip this time around.
I respect the play.
Yeah, no, definitely just opting to play it safe rather than lose more time. Oh no, Teach took a death.
That's a quick death, but
that's
he says it takes him about 49. It was taking him 49 seconds to get through 6 to summit, and of course this was a while ago. So he's had a few faster strides. We're gonna see. He's got about 30 seconds. Like he's gonna do this wall bounce here. He look at. I can feel the aggression. He knows.
Oh my goodness, he's going so fast.
If he can get to flag 1 before 28, he has a shot. Oh my god.
Is he gonna do it?
Oh my god.
He's going. He's going for it.
Getting really close here. This is gonna come down to the wire, folks.
This is. Come on.
Oh. No! I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh no!
No!
Oh my god. Still, look at this time though. Oh my god.
Gosh.
Wow.
28-11. Oh my goodness. What a run.
Yeah, that was a major run. Oh my gosh.
4 seconds off world record.
This set has been completely bonkers.
Holy cow. TGH played out of his mind. Absolutely insane. Flare Bear now is going to be taking a quick death and thread the needle and taking another one in door skip.
Wow. 3 unintentional deaths.
Oh my goodness. What a run.
Yeah, again, that was incredibly close. I believe we're going to get a post-race interview here soon, but we still got a lot of race left to go. Flavor in 3,000 right now, making his
final push towards the end of the summit.
Alright, now Flavor getting in through the downdraft section. Oh, getting a bonk there.
Ooh, taking a quick death there.
Yeah, it's very easy to do. Because runners will utilize a lot of wall bounces here. And just make their way through. But now, and then get through the downdraft portion here. It's got just one more flag to go. Oh, hi.
Yeah. Oh.
How's it going, TJ?
Hi, did you hear my typing? Sorry.
Yeah.
We heard you typing.
What's up?
Okay, did you know you were on pace for that?
Oh yeah, I knew my pace the whole run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have
I
your
had split sub, actually.
Okay.
I don't usually do in races, but I happened to this time, so I knew exactly what pace I was on the whole time.
That was an insane run from you, Tej. Very well done. A great set from you as well.
Thanks. I've been really pleased with my consistency lately. Just a little bit of a change in mindset recently for me has led to some pretty good times lately. So I'm pretty happy with it, especially in a race setting.
Yeah, definitely. Did you change your mindset specifically more for race setting, or was it just you just happened to have changed your mindset?
It's not necessarily for races. Actually, well, I guess I don't know. It's kind of weird, but like, it's just for consistency's sake, which I guess plays really well for races. Which makes sense. But
okay. Would you believe that one of the big causes for your consistency has been your 50 no reset challenge you've been doing?
Yeah, it's less of that as it is just the mentality that it's kind of put forth for me. it's like resetting is great for like grinding for PBs, but like it's you get better at the game by doing no resets, and that's basically been my goal, is just to improve myself rather than focus on getting better times, and with that has come better times. So it's definitely worked well for me for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, taking a quick back look, Flarebear, he is going to be hitting his one, coming up to be ending his time. Very solid time from him. My stream glitched, but he's going to be clocking in at a 31:42 for his last time. Very, very well done. What a great race from him.
Yo.
Solid to see that. Yo,
What's up, Flarebear?
Flarebear.
GG's.
Thanks.
GG's to
Yo,
both
Flare,
of
GG,
you
man.
guys.
Now, Flare, you mentioned in the first race that you're running into a little bit of lag going into your race, and you also mentioned that you had got the situation kind of fixed. But did you feel that that kind of threw you off for that first race?
It wasn't that big of a deal. It happened in like the first race, Oshiro. I died in like every screen because the game was just jumping around a bunch. It was weird,
Him.
but I fixed it after that. Everything else was
Solid
fine.
to see that.
So,
Yo,
Flarebear,
Flare, do you know what the cause of your lag was?
I accidentally forgot to close
Yo, Flare,
Both of
GG,
you
man.
my
guys.
browser and I had someone's stream running in the background.
Oh,
Now, Flare,
yeah,
you
that'll
mentioned in
do
the
it.
first race that you're running into a little bit of lag going into your race, and sorry, I'm seeing some shenanigans in chat that I'm not gonna discuss over discuss over the mic here. Going into
Yeah.
your race, and so Teach, again, I think you were the most, this is the most consistent race that I've seen from you so far, not only just for the league, but I think in general. And you had the 50 no challenge thing coming up. I'm curious to know, how do you feel how like this is going to put you at a very good advantage as you keep continuing on in the league?
I mean, that's kind of the idea. It's, again, like I said, it's not as much for it's for consistency's sake as much as it is like in a self-improvement sake, basically. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the league though, for sure. And I'm hoping that I can kind of bottle this this feeling that I had for these for these races up and carry them on for the rest of the tournament, because I felt really comfortable throughout and it felt really good.
Yeah, I was gonna
Alright.
say, usually with if you're kind of looking at someone's PB, generally what I'll do is I'll try to like give if I'm racing against them, I'll go like 30 seconds above or even a minute, depending on where, like if it's like a sub 37, say like 30 seconds. But if it's like 40, like way back in the speed gaming tournaments, I'd give a minute leeway, which usually is pretty accurate. But if you have someone that is just consistently hitting that mark, I feel it puts a little pressure on everybody going against you. It's just like, okay, well, he's kind of playing really consistent lately, so I don't know if I can actually, get a break here, or like a bad bubs drop or anything of the sort like that. So I think it adds a little pressure to your opponents, at least in their own mind. So, and it's working.
Yeah, and I've definitely tried to like build like the particular strat set that I have around like the notion of being consistent as well, and that's just been kind of the idea, and it's been working so far. So
Alright, Flarebear, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you have, taking a look at your performance here, and definitely very solid performances from you, what do you plan on doing from here in between now and your next race?
Play the game. I haven't
Play the
played the
game.
game at all since my last race and now, because I was planning on this race kind of being a meme anyway. I'm pretty sure I had like 45 deaths in the first one. It was pretty epic. Yeah.
Yeah.
My my PBs from the last race that I did, and like I haven't taken much time to improve on it either, but it's not that difficult for me to, I feel, throw out times like that in races. So like coming up, I'm really excited to play like people like Moose and Evans and Black Pear. I can't remember who else, but those guys I think I can do pretty well against.
All right, really cool
And
to see that.
Yeah, and actually, who do you know who your next opponent is as we move into week 4?
I forgot, but I can check in like 2 seconds.
And then Teach, do you know who your opponent is for next week?
I can check real quick.
Okay. Sorry to put you both on the spot like that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm playing Black Pear next, and then
Black
after
Pear.
that I'm playing Moose. So that's
Okay.
cool.
Oh, so
And-
2 of the people that you're looking at, looking forward to competing against. So that'll be really cool to see you go there. Now, are you expecting your times to go down quite a bit in comparison to this from this match to your next ones, or?
If I get another, I'll just say if I get a 33 again in a race that I actually care about, I'll probably just forfeit right there.
Oh, don't
Oh,
do that.
wow.
Don't do that.
I'm not being serious. I'm
I
just
know.
saying I will not get a 33. I will have to like go up and go to the bathroom mid-run and then come back to not beat what I just did.
Okay. And then Teach, did you know who you're going against next week?
I play Melee next week.
Okay.
Oh, Melee.
So
That'll
we
be
got
a
some-
really interesting match.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for the interview, you guys. GG's again across the boards, and good luck to you next week on your matches. We're out of races for the day. So like,
Well,
overall, it's been a great day. I was happy to kick things off today and to wrap things up. Any parting words before we
yeah.
log off?
Just
Go
you
ahead.
go ahead. Oh no, you.
Okay. GG. Close race. It was a real close race. Shout outs to does this username. He's a pretty good gamer. It's Speedrun a Hat in Time. And shout outs to Marlon because he told me to shout him out. I don't remember why.
All right, TGH, anything from you?
Just thanks everyone involved for putting on the tournament. Thanks Flarebear for good races, GG. And thanks to the commentators, Sachalix, FC, Simply for restreaming. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Yeah. Thank you guys for a great race. So that will be wrapping up for us here at GSA. Thank you guys so much for watching, tuning into some great races, and I hope you guys will stay tuned to see the rest of not only the Celeste Any Percent League, but the other leagues as well. Don't forget to go check out these runners in their streams and their PB endeavors. You get TGH, Flarebear, and as always, we have our live event Pace coming up, so you can plug !Pace in the chat for more information on that, as well as there is a assortment of commands such as !Standings and schedule for you guys to be able to learn more about just specifically this league and the other leagues that GSA is putting on. So again, thank you guys for watching. GG's to the runners.
Yep, that's gonna wrap it up for us here. And until next time, folks, we'll see you at the finish line. Catch